In my last video, I was totally all for Elon Musk getting behind Algorand and tweeting about us nonstop. In this video, I'm definitely against Elon Musk tweeting about Algorand and trying to get us some traction.
The reason I'm telling you all this is because I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top.
Stay tuned.
Nerdy dude stuff.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Algorand, and all that good stuff. If this is your first time at the channel, or if this is your second time and you haven't hit that special button yet, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. We are currently at 6,997 subscribers, and we would love to hit 7,000 today. And then we are still tracking our new goal to hit 10,000 subscribers. Algorand, we are currently sitting at 5,558 Algorand tokens. You might notice a QR code above my head and a wallet address in the description of this video. If you like the content, on top of liking, commenting, subscribing, and turning the bell notification, please take a moment and consider sending an Algorand tip with a comment. That way we can give you guys a shout out on our next video. Let's take a look at the tips that we just recently got. Make sure we thank you guys for everything and to read your comments. Our first Algorand tip for 3 Algorand with a comment says, videos are great. Thank you, Craig. Thank you very much for the compliment and the tip, Craig. I really appreciate it. But thank you for being here and watching the videos and for your generous Algo tip. I really, truly do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And then secondly, we've got a 1.5, I want to say $1.50, I don't know why. We have 1.5 Algo tip with a comment that says, thanks for the tip about the optimizer, sending you my latest rewards it triggered. Keep spreading the word about Algo. Absolutely, I will continue to do that. And yes, we have the Algo optimizer or the Algomizer here on the screen. If you guys haven't jumped aboard on that, I do have a video about it. I will do an update video since we've changed the look, and there's a link for that in the description. It'll take you to the Reddit page with a step-by-step how-to get involved to auto compound your rewards. And we will, of course, update and look at some other opportunities when the Algorand governance protocol goes live in the fourth quarter of 2021. For those of you keeping track at home, the drink of the day is a cool one. It's a special one. This is called Hang Glider Gin. And if you're wondering why you've never heard of that name before, this is from the private Nerdy Dude Stuff Reserves. And what do I mean by private? It's actually really cool. There's a local distillery down here about an hour from my house that my wife got my father-in-law and I for our birthdays, because mine's at the beginning of May, his is at the end of May, a gin blending experience. So that means we got to go to this distillery and we got to sample all of these different extracts and flavors, and we got to make them in our gin. And then, of course, since I love aviation gin, I had to rip off the name. It was some kind of flight, so I did Hang Glider Gin. This has got lemongrass, it's got hints of lemongrass, hints of lemon lime, hints of juniper, hints of rosebuds, and hints of, I got it right here on the bottle, grapefruit, to make it a really nice fruit-forward, floral back kind of gin. I do love it. Cheers to you guys. Let's take a look at some Algorand stuff today. Here we go. Algorand is currently sitting, I want to make sure that QR code's out the way. Algorand is currently sitting at $1.40. We've been trading back and forth in this $1.40, $1.30 range for the past 24 hours or so. Currently sitting at a max supply of 5.5 billion. As you know, a total supply. As you know, there's a max supply of 10 billion. It's right up here if the QR code's not in the way. I don't really do a lot of chart trending or technical analysis, so if you're looking at that on this channel, sorry, not my thing. What I really like to see is I like to see the 24-hour volume and the prices where it opens and closes at. Back when we were doing our last video, we were pretty much trending up higher. I think it was at like 630, 630 million by the video. That day ended up closing at 725 million in the 24-hour volume. The reason why I would like to talk about that is because we want to see days that have an increase in 24-hour volume that show that there is a continuous demand for Algorand as that supply continuously decreases. Now, side note, the decreasing supply is going to be a topic of another video where we're actually going to be comparing and updating Coinbase versus holding on the Algo wallet and the APY. It's not the greatest of news, spoiler alert, but we will do that on another video here in the next day or so. So make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notification. So yesterday we closed out at 630 million. That's a little bit lower than our May 13th, which was at 725 million. But we like to see these trends where we increase each day or so. And then we have a bit of a sell-off here. So let's see where we're at. And already today we're at 838 million in the 24-hour trade volume. If that hits 1 billion today, that'll be very, very sexy. I do like to see that with Algorand. So very good stuff, very exciting. As supply diminishes and demand goes up, it's things we want to see. Now, in the previous video, we talked about Elon Musk sending out this tweet back on May 12th, May 13th, stating that, we'll pull it up here as it pulls up, stating that Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. Anyone has already seen this tweet. If you watch my previous video, you've already seen my topic and my information about it, so I'm not going to repeat the entire tweet. Just in a nutshell, paraphrasing that they're going to be suspending Bitcoin transactions because they wanted to look at more of a carbon effective, like less fuel emission, less like negativity on the environment form of cryptocurrency, where we all know that Bitcoin mining essentially has enough power consumption to power small countries, right? So they're looking at other cryptocurrencies that have less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy per transaction. Really, the energy cost on the transaction is not. It's the Bitcoin mining. It's not the transaction cost, right? So following that, and thanks to one of my subscribers who put this in a comment of the video because I was super lazy to look this up, Algorand sent out a tweet to Elon saying, Elon Musk, we already have a carbon negative blockchain, sustainable blockchain, green crypto, stable coins. So, and it was really interesting at the time that right before Elon Musk sent out that tweet about looking for something carbon negative, that Algorand had already done some carbon negative analysis and articles the previous day. So all of a sudden now we got that tweet. So in my previous video, I was very for the benefits of potentially having Elon Musk just like tweet out Doge, or like just like he tweeted out Doge, tweet out a simple term like say Algo to get people hyped and on board for Algo. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why that could potentially be negative for Algo and Algorand. And if you agree with me, disagree, leave a comment below. That way we can have a dialogue back and forth. But this is the other side of the coin to that video. In my opinion, like I stated in the previous video, that if we did see that I like that, what was it, the 1 year chart? If we did see that tweet, and let's imagine that this is Algo's price right now in that $1.40 range, and then we jumped up a little bit just because the ever growing and the governance protocol, blah, 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 blah. And then we get that tweet from Elon Musk, and then Algo takes a nice huge ride. And then he goes on Saturday Night Live and says Algo is a hustle for a second appearance, and then we take that dip. And now the Dogecoin fanboys are coming back to bring Doge back a little bit. But imagine if Algo had this track. Why would that be negative, you might ask? We might be going from $1.40 up, to $140 a token. Why would that exactly be negative? And the reason why is because Doge is a meme coin. Doge is a shit coin, in my opinion. I never appreciated it. I hate the fact that it's got no max supply. It mines 10,000 per minute and like 14 million a day. It's incredibly stupid. That is not the platform that Algorand is building itself upon. As we all know, with the basic tokenomics of Algorand and Algo, Algorand is aiming to be a trilemma blockchain. It's scalable, it's safe, and it's decentralized. Or it's scalable, secure, decentralized. Those are the buzzwords everyone wants to hear. So with that trilemma being solved, as more and more transactions per second are going to be able to be utilized on Algorand, I think right now we're just around 2,000 transactions per second. We're targeting 4,000 transactions per second here shortly. We're already beating out Cardano. We're already beating out Visa. We're blasting Ethereum out of the water, and Algorand is probably going to be targeting about 25,000 transactions per second as the project and the blockchain continues to grow and the technology control continues to expand to become that frictionless financial blockchain. And that's like the big key word there, is they want to be, a frictionless financial system where transactions are instant. We're at 4 seconds per transaction. We're now at we're going to be targeting 2 seconds per a transaction time takes 2 seconds. Go ahead. Like, for example, and of course I'm begging, if you send an Algorand tip to the QR code of the wallet address in the description, you do that transaction, it's going to go through immediately. Sometimes it's faster than I've seen Tron transactions. Of course it's faster than BNB. It's faster than Ethereum. It's incredibly fast. It's incredibly smooth. And your fee is only 0.001 Algorand, which is never going to increase. So that's really, really attractive. And who does that attract? Investors, financial institutions, banks, all those things. We don't want to be like XRP and Ripple, where we allow the banks and the financial system to be a majority of the XRP token holder. In my opinion, that just kind of centralizes XRP and Ripple. That really breaks out what blockchain needs to be, where blockchain is trying to be decentralized. So why not break away from banks? So why not give banks control of this blockchain or this crypto token? Algorand, as we know, is in the hands of, especially with this governance protocol that's going to be coming out, Algorand is truly aiming to be decentralized by allowing the holders like yourself and myself to make those governance decisions with voting, and to not allow the banks to have the majority of the tokens to make those decisions and control. So, to get back on point, we want to work with those financial institutions to provide a better method. We want Visa to conduct transactions on our blockchain. We want MasterCard to conduct transactions on our blockchain. We want to get people away from Ethereum and away from those intense fees. And we want to get them away from BNB and those fees that are inevitably going to go up, because BNB hasn't built itself from the ground up or continued to build its technology based on the scalability like Algorand has. Some tokens that have would be Zilquilla. They've always been targeting to be scalable as well. They've tried to solve it, but I don't think they've really hit the nail on the head as much as Algorand. As much as I like that project, I do have a small holding of Zil, just because it's safe to diversify, right? So when we talk about those industries and we talk about those financial institutions and we talk about those big investors and those big ballers that the marketing team for Algorand is really going to target in the fourth quarter of 2021, they are going to look at someone like Elon Musk, who goes into Saturday Night Live, admits that the token is a hustle, and that's going to immediately turn them off. I'm not saying this is a scenario that would happen if Elon did jump on Algorand, but they've already seen his behavior and his attitude with the Doge token. We've already seen him unprofessional as a billionaire. I mean, the man could do whatever he wants. He can absolutely do whatever he wants. He's the richest man in the world, like screw Jeff Bezos and all that stuff. But these bigger investors would probably be less enticed to jump into Algorand to build on our blockchain when they see that the whole industry and the whole economics of it can be swayed and deterred based on a positive tweet or a negative comment on a TV show. I mean, great for Saturday Night Live. They probably got the most views that they've had in quite some time because of Elon Musk and because of all the Dogecoin supporters. But real serious people that want to dive deep into blockchain technology for the betterment of the future, to make this token become not only one nation's national currency, but the national currency or transaction blockchain that we all operate on for mass adoption, that's how I feel that Elon Musk could be negative for it. So realistically, when we talk about my two opinions from the positive video a couple days ago to today's video, in a short-term greedy mode, if I wanted to see my 5,559, I should probably refresh this. I really have a little more. My 5,559 algo jump up a 10,000%. Yeah, it's a little off. I have to refresh the whole algomizer on my screen. But the short-term greed is if we sat there and we saw Algorand all of a sudden jump up to $140, we'll just say $140, from $1.40 to $140, kind of whatever. I want to see $65 Algorand. I've said that before. But in the short term, that would be incredible if all of a sudden we had $140 algo because Elon Musk did a tweet and I pulled out $750,000 in USD, which I really wouldn't. I would still live on my algo rewards, which would be phenomenal. That would be the short term. But I think that would really, really hurt the project going forward as a continuously growing trilemma token, safe, secure, scalable, decentralized, blah, 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 in the long-term future. Because who knows, if we have that steady growth, because really, if we look at Doge's chart, where did we go? Where did we go? Where did we come from? Where did we go? So really, we look at Doge's chart. We don't want to see these massive spikes in growth and then these massive dips and then these massive spikes. I mean, we kind of do a little bit for the greed and to be able to actually get some of our investment back if that's the target. But we want to see a nice steady growth. We want to see resistance levels and support levels. And we really want to see support levels being built. So that way we know that there's no support in this area and the token can plummet underneath it. And then people are going to panic sell and jump out and continually drop the price. So that's just the other side of the coin. Yes, I am big on Algorand, and you could tell by the YouTube channel and how we've shaped it over the past couple of months to really be a big Algorand discussing platform and to bring the Algorand community together with videos that you guys can enjoy. But I'm not stupid, if that makes any sense. So with all that said, guys, I really, really appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, QR code above my head and wallet address in the description of the video. If you guys like the content, please consider sending an Algorand tweet. We're going to compound that and pile that up daily. We'll give you guys a shout out in the next video. Otherwise, take a moment, hit the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned for our next video where we're going to talk about the difference between coin. We're going to do an update to a previous video on compounding our Algo rewards with Coinbase and with the Algorand wallet. And right now, it might not be like the short-term answer, again, might shock you a little bit, but the long-term answer as a huge Algo fan will be what you guys want to hear. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, all that good stuff. I'm O'Prius, and we'll see you guys next time.